Welcome to the pack. Grab yourself a snack. It's a Snack Pack Podcast, episode 4.
There we go.
Hey!
Beautiful. We're here. We're back.
We're here and ready to go.
Yeah, we're back right before Thanksgiving. We're actually filming twice in 1 week so we can have a video out.
But anyway, some things happened.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, I was about to ask you how your Thanksgiving was, but it hasn't been Thanksgiving yet. We had Thanksgiving with my in-laws yesterday. So that was my first Thanksgiving.
And we call it Thanksgiving, by the way.
Who does?
The vegans. That's what we call it.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
is that a thing?
That is a thing.
Thanksgiving.
Don't laugh at us.
No, that's okay. No, listen, valid, because regular Thanksgiving is fucked up anyway. So, but anyway, okay. Listen, we've got some big topics to talk about today.
Did you want to talk about yours first? Do you want me to get to mine since it's how we normally go? But
let's talk about is it Colleen or Colleen? Because I feel like I hear like Trisha calls her Colleen.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I always said Colleen.
Yeah, I always say Colleen also.
But that's what we're gonna talk about, Colleen Ballinger.
But I also think that Adam McIntyre calls her Colleen, but he has an accent.
He does have an accent, so I don't.
But Trisha was her friend, so it's like, what's correct? I don't know. Anyway, yeah, we can talk about Colleen.
Interesting. I've never thought out of all the content I've watched, I've never picked up on that. You know, that they say it.
They all say it differently.
Interesting.
It is weird.
Well, anyways, Colleen dropped a vlog yesterday.
Yes, she
Fall
did.
Vlog. Did you watch it?
I sure did.
I watched it too.
I watched it this morning.
Yeah. So we're going to react to a little bit of it, even though we did watch it. The really only relevant part that we need to see is the first 3.5 minutes or so. That's where she spends time addressing everything. And then we both watched the rest of the vlog on our own. So we'll just give our thoughts on it. But I have thoughts for sure.
Oh, you do?
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
I mean, the only thing I can think of is like she makes me want to get a chicken coop. But
I do want to get chickens, yeah.
But it's too hot here.
Yeah.
The chickens will they'll be rotisserie chickens.
No,
in
there's
the summer.
there's people that do it like out in Wickenburg and stuff, but like
they've got to have air conditioning or something in those chicken coops.
yeah, it's doable, but like yeah, it's definitely probably like a big process. That's the only way I would personally eggs again is if I was raising the chickens
yourself.
Or if I knew the person, like if I could vet where the eggs come from.
I hear that chicken coops are really dirty and messy and gross
And tiny too.
Not Colleen's.
Oh,
Colleen's
yeah.
was
hers,
big.
Hers actually looked pretty nice.
I know. I was like, this is cool.
Yeah.
She had like a swing in there for her chickens.
Yeah.
Anyway, Colleen Ballinger.
All right, yeah. So yeah, she posted a vlog yesterday. Let's go ahead and we'll just start with the clip and then we'll just give our thoughts. We didn't really take notes on this because what we have to talk about is kind of self-explanatory.
It's more just reaction content at this point, yeah.
Hello everybody. Sorry I've been gone for so long. I've really missed this. I've missed talking to everyone every single day. Obviously, the last video that I posted on here, it's really embarrassing to say the least. I was being accused of some pretty awful things, and I just was mad.
Pause there.
Hold on.
Because I've already got things to say.
How is there 0 likes? She's got comments in support of her. She's deleting all of the, like, spoiler alert, she's deleting comments.
Right, that's what we were going to talk about as well. So yeah.
This says 34,000 likes. It's on my phone.
34,000
likes, though, and it's got 566,000 views already in 23 hours.
If you go through the comment section, you can tell it's heavily filled. Ooh, this one still made it though. I'm really feeling torn. Used to be a huge fan. I was pretty upset about all the things that came out about you. I'm happy to know that you are doing well. I feel like the apology was sincere, but I want to see accountability, whether it's a public or private apologies to those involved. I hope this is a new start on a healthier path.
Well, so I don't think that that's necessarily like a hate comment,
right,
you know? I think she's definitely filtering it. She probably, like, if you leave a comment that says like ukulele or something, it's probably automatically
this one has
out.
8K likes. Wow, I was not expecting this today. So like that's not bad. That's not good. After that though, it's all good.
Everything's like, I'm so glad you're back.
Missed you.
Wow,
can't wait. We've missed you so much. Glad you're back. But I mean, okay, before we go into like the feedback, let's watch this part because we're skipping ahead already. All right.
I was being accused of some pretty awful things, and I just was mad, and
oh yeah.
Okay, well, like what?
Good excuse.
Right.
Good excuse. I was just mad. Can I remind you that she wrote a fucking song?
Right.
Like an 8-minute long song. You don't just like pull that out of your butt. That was not like improvised. She fucking took the time to write that, to write the melodies. She's making it sound like, oh, I just like reacted emotionally.
That's my whole problem with this whole statement, even though we're only 20 seconds in. But the whole thing, it's just like a vague, I was accused of things. My last response was embarrassing. You don't talk about the specifics though. You don't talk about like specifically what you did. And maybe you can't because of legal reasons, but like at least, I mean, all the information's out there. Like everyone's reported on it. You've been exposed on by Adam McIntyre, by Trisha Paytas, your old friends. Everyone's come out. So everything's out there for you to actually speak on and talk about. And maybe if you were doing like a legal protection, whatever, reach out to those people privately and like, and tell them that. Cause like,
I mean, maybe she has. To be fair, we don't know if she has. But like with people like Adam McIntyre and stuff, like he definitely would have said something if she did.
Right.
I should have handled that situation with maturity and empathy. But instead, I just let my ego take over, and I'm really disappointed in myself. Over the last 15 years of my career, there have been moments where I was immature and inappropriate with some of my comedy.
You let kids put their hands down your pants.
That's so immature.
Like, so immature. You expose people's, like, body parts in front of other people. Minors. Let's get to
and
the
Trisha
specifics.
Paytas.
And sending nudes to children of other people. Let's not gloss over that, you know?
I was being accused of terrible. There's like literal proof that you did those things. Like it's not an accusation at this point. It's
and to just like cover like I did some immature things back in the day on YouTube. You were over 30 for most of this. I'm sorry.
How
Late
old is
20s.
she now? Do you know?
I think she's like mid-30s, 36.
Yeah, like I know she's not that much older than us. 36.
Okay, right on it. 36. Her
Damn.
birthday's coming up in 2 days. Oh, wow.
Fuck. It sounds like she's downplaying it, though, to be like, I was immature. Immature is putting it really, really lightly. Like, that is a sugar coating on top of what the fuck you actually were. You were immature, sure, but you were also a fucking predator.
Groomer.
And groomer. And a loser.
And a loser.
And there were times when I did not put enough thought into some of my fan interactions. And because of that behavior, people got hurt. And I am so sorry. I never wanted to hurt anybody, but it's clear that I did, and I feel so terrible about that.
Apologize to those people.
Right.
Like, you're apologizing to an audience because you want favor back in your corner. Apologize to those people. It doesn't even have to be public. Like, it doesn't have to be for us. Like, and maybe she did. Really doubt it. Even Adam too. Like, when he was talking about this in the summer, he straight up said, like, before everything really hit the fan, I was like, hey, if I get a public apology from Colleen, that's all I want is just a public apology of what she did and a public apology to my parents because she talked shit about his parents as well.
That's right. Yeah.
He's like, I won't say anything. Like, I won't speak about this again. Nothing. He's like, it's all she had to do. And she can't even do that.
Yeah,
so it's
she
like,
won't
what
do
accountability are you taking? Like, it's just vague. You're just vaguely talking about stuff.
But to play devil's advocate, I'm wondering if she because if she issues either a public or a private apology, that's kind of an admission of guilt.
That's why I'm thinking, the only benefit of the doubt is the public side of her maybe being a little vague. But like, you could have even put that in here. Like, I've reached out to those that I've hurt privately to ask for their forgiveness. Like, I don't deserve their forgiveness.
But you see what I mean, though? Because like, she's at the point, this is like, she's committed fucking crimes. Like, if she admits to that in writing, like if she apologizes, that to me anyway, I see that as an admission of guilt. Because if she didn't do it, why would she apologize for it? If she's apologizing, she's just being like, I did this thing to you and I'm sorry.
Right. But the other thing is that it's all on the internet. Like, there's video proof of her, like, her videos, as proof. Even too, I think there were, if you break down that ukulele song too, that's an admission too, to some extent. Like, she admits to like,
right.
She admits a little vaguely to it in a song form or whatever. She also did reach out to Trisha and tell her that she did send the nudes, and Trisha said that, like, she has that proof as well. So it's the thing is like, this stuff is already out there. So it's like, it would just look better if you just didn't hide from it so much, I
just think it would be easier to prosecute her like criminally if she started like apologizing, not even publicly. Like, if you send someone a DM and it's like, I'm sorry for doing these things to you that you're accusing me of, then you're like, I'm sorry for doing those things, It's like, okay, so you did those things. I don't know. To me, like, I'm not to defend her or anything because I absolutely 100% believe that she did all the things that she's being accused of. However, like, I kind of get why she's going about it the way she is because this bitch doesn't want to go to jail.
True. I don't know. To me, it just reads as, How long has it been since she's last posted? It's been about 6 months, right?
I think she said 4 months.
4 months?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, she posted another one already. That's what I'm saying. This is why she's already posted another video.
Oh my God.
33 minutes ago, what I've been up to. It's already got 12K views. Her apology, her ukulele video is 4 months ago. That's the thing, is when I watched this, I watched that 3.5 minutes of apology. It really didn't take any actual accountability. And it just looked like she just wanted to get back into uploading.
Yeah.
It's November.
Yeah.
The holidays are coming. Like it just seems like suspiciously timed, and it's not like we were gonna expect her to really just go away, right?
Well, let's be honest here. Even though views on YouTube are usually lower than normal in like the holiday seasons, November and December, however, the ad revenue, like I think they call it RPM now, like YouTube pays more per ad,
right?
So.
And like it'd be stupid to skip this time of year, right? So it just seems really
Money-wise,
calculated.
yeah.
To me, it seems really calculated as well.
But I'm like, why would you? Like, this is the time of year when you really should be focusing on your family and like your actual like life and things that you care about. But instead, now this is the time where you decide that you're gonna hop back into daily vlogging.
Right.
Like,
I also feel like there's probably people who are disappointed or feel abandoned by me because of my silence over the last few months. And I'm so sorry about that as well. I needed to take time to make sure I was listening and learning as much as possible. And I also needed to get the help that I needed to be okay. I'm a mom first and foremost before anything else. And I needed to take care of my kids. So
I don't know. What about sorry to like the children that you psychologically like traumatized?
no, as long as they're not hurt kids, they don't matter.
And I'm sure you need to get back to making money for your child. I get it.
Yeah, clearly, because she spent all that money building a chicken coop.
that's where I've been. And but I'm back and I'm here now. And I am not a perfect person. And there are plenty of things in my past that I wish I could go back and redo and fix and change. I don't have control over any of that, and I don't have control over the things people say about me. I only have control over my actions moving forward. And so I'm going to do everything that I can to make sure that I create a positive, kind, inclusive, safe space online with my content. And if you want to be a part of my journey online, I would love to have you. And if not, I completely understand. I do not expect anyone to welcome me back with open arms. I don't expect to change anyone's mind with this video. I just wanted to come on here and say that I'm sorry, and I wanted to try to show people that it's possible for someone to grow and learn and be better after making mistakes many, many years ago.
This is literally what she said in her last apology too. Yeah. Like when 2020, when she had to apologize for sending Adam the lingerie.
Oh yeah.
She said the same thing. Like people can change and whatever. I wanted to come on here and apologize. Apologize for what though? Yeah. Like come on. Like
she made it sound like she's apologizing for leaving people out in the dark, and people wanted to know where she was and if she was okay. No, but that's not the apology any of us want. You know what this sounds like to me is her just being like, at this point, like, I don't give a shit. Like, if I lose all my audience, I'm still going to keep being a YouTube content creator.
I'm not here to change anyone's mind. I'm just here to come back, basically. Like, that's pretty much what she said.
I mean, it's so hard to put my feelings into words here. To me, it just sounds like whether or not, like, I'm going to come back and do it anyway, like, and still not take accountability. I'm just going to go back to doing what I was doing before for the 3 people who actually like my content for what it is. And it's wild. Yeah, she's clearly going through and deleting comments because she's got over 500,000 views on this video and only 3,000 comments.
Yeah. I mean, are you shocked? Are we shocked by that?
No, but like, where's the accountability?
Right. And that's the thing is there's no, like, she's saying it, and that's the thing with all the YouTubers, and when they all get into hot water, they say the same thing. She's saying the same exact thing we've heard year after year after year from James Charles, from Shane Dawson, from all the people that, like, come under these harsh criticisms because they've done shitty things. It's just all the same. So white background too. It's just all the same exact
Yeah,
like,
the
staging,
white background and
you know?
everything. Okay, but question though, like, let's do a thought experiment here. What would be the correct thing for her to do? Do you think she
Right.
should have waited longer to come back? Because I personally do.
Right.
At least till after Christmas, so we know you're not trying to get that ad money, baby.
And you know what, too, like, whatever, maybe you're trying to get the ad money. What I would have done if it were me, first of all, I wouldn't have done this stuff to children
Right.
and send other people's nudes. But if it were me, I would talk to these creators privately, these people that you affected privately first before making a public video, because I bet you those people would come on their platforms and be like, Colleen, apologize to me, this happened, blah, 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 blah. You know, that's probably what happened. Like, she should have dropped that, and then maybe like a month later, then, you know, after she's made her peace with those people that she's actually harmed, the communities that she's harmed, then come out and do a public apology.
Yeah.
Hey, I've reached out to these people a month ago, so maybe they didn't accept my apology. That's fine, but like, I'm sorry for what I did. This is what I'm going to do going forward. You know, but there's none of that. It's just all blanketed, vague, and I'm just going to start posting vlogs again because I miss it.
Yeah.
You know, that's pretty much
I don't
all it's
know.
saying.
Like, to me, I mean, I guess there are plenty of people out there who are willing to just like make daily content just for fun, like regardless of the audience being there or not. Like, but it's so much work. It's so much work just for one person without kids to do, let alone a mom of 2 young twins and a third, like a 5-year-old or something. If you're doing this just because you like it, and we'll get to it too, because she says that her therapists tell her that to keep vlogging or whatever. But she also says in this that she's like, no one will ever see those, and it's like, she's like, but they told me to keep doing that so I can feel
think those
normal.
will come out. Those will
You
come,
think so?
Yeah, I think certain. I don't think every vlog that she made, if she did vlog every day, which is weird as hell. Yeah. But I don't think every vlog will come out. But I mean that's money.
Yeah,
that's money.
That's true.
So if she's having a lazy day, this is what I did at the creek, because that's what she shows a little bit.
Yeah,
of.
but she has like really long hair then, though.
Right,
So she
right.
cut her hair.
Right.
Yeah.
All
So
right,
I guess you'd be
like,
able to. Well, I'm just trying to like let me finish my point here. Is
you're
that
good.
like, if she was only doing it just because she enjoys it, why are you posting it? Like,
Right.
to me, I'm like, it's so much work. Like, if you're just doing it because you like it, you don't have to like upload every single day on a schedule. You can just be a mom some days, and you can just do it on your spare time or whatever. But now clearly, because she's got 30 whatever minutes ago had just uploaded another fucking video, she's back to doing it daily, and it's like, why? It's so much fucking work. You have 3 fucking kids and it's the holidays. Like, to me, it doesn't add up. Like,
it's just money, dude. It's what it is.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's
No,
all it
it's 100% for the money. But I guess those are the things that are sticking out to me, that I'm like, this is not a genuine comeback because she just wants to feel normal again. It's because she wants to have this fan base and she wants to have the attention, and because otherwise she wouldn't be posting it.
Well, we even saw too in the swoop documentaries when she interviewed her ex-husband. Like, that's out there.
Yeah.
You know, she's obsessed with this fame. Like,
Yeah.
she doesn't care about the people involved, but she's obsessed with like the status of it and the popularity and the money, of course, you know, what all that gets her. So it just reads really disingenuous to me. We've seen it where YouTubers get into a giant scandal. They take some time off and they just come back and they just they just move on. You know, that Shane Dawson moved on with his podcast. James Charles just moved on and did his makeup. Did you know another allegation just came out about him?
Yes, I saw that
come
shit.
on.
Like, yeah, but that it was still older though.
It was an old one from 2020 that just came out now.
Yeah.
Because the person decided to come forward now.
Right, yeah. But I mean, I guess also I feel like, what do we expect them to do also? Because like, I don't know. I wouldn't find myself in a situation where I'm like having to defend myself in the way that she's having to defend herself, like having done shit to minors and sent news to people. But like, if it were me though, like I guess I get, like, because I actually like making content, like I would want to keep doing it.
Right.
But so like, I don't want to like be that judgmental on her, because I'm like, well, what else do we expect these people to do? Of course they're going to eventually try to move on. But something about her right now doing this, actually a lot of things about her right now doing this, are making me have the ick factor.
Right.
It's too soon. The timing is off.
It wasn't even 6 months. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was 6
The
months.
shit she's saying just doesn't add up and make sense. My therapist says I should keep doing it just to feel normal. It's like, okay, so why are you posting? Sorry. Okay, we can keep going.
You're good. This is good. So.
Grow and learn and be better after making mistakes many, many years ago. So that's what I'm going to do.
I just love how she always mentions how long ago it was, too.
Oh, how long ago the accusations, like what happened.
My mistakes many years ago for some things I did a long time ago.
In retrospect, it's really not that long ago,
It's
though.
really not.
Only a few years.
And today I'm just going to film my day and share some simple, happy moments and, start the process of starting over.
You're not starting over.
I know it's going to be awkward and clunky at first as I try to get back into the swing of things, but I'm going to try. So
if she was really going to try to start over and start fresh, she would have made a new channel. She's not starting over. She has 3.2 million subscribers on this channel. That's not starting over.
This is and that 500,000 views. Like, we knew her return video was gonna, get the clicks.
Of course. But I guess my point is, it's like if she's gonna sit here and be like, this is a fresh slate, like blank slate, she'd be starting over.
Right.
If the money wasn't an issue, if the views and the exposure wasn't an issue, start a new fucking channel. Why do you have to keep posting on this fucking channel with 3 million subscribers? You're not starting over. You're just continuing from where you left off.
Exactly. It's not real. It's just she needs to come back. This was inevitable. So
well, I know. I know.
And she's just not being honest with
what
her motives behind it are. And she's also obviously she's not being honest, but she's just ignoring like the actual issues, which is what they all continue to do. I even too, this is completely off topic, but we talked about Spill Sesh too, and she got into all that controversy about her face revealed Manu and Mue, and then you even were like, give her like a week, give her time to like maybe respond, because that's a lot of pressure. It's been like 2-3 weeks since
she still hasn't.
No, she's just been rapidly posting. Like, it's just kind of like she's kind of like emulated what all these guys do. Don't address your controversies, keep pressing on, and it'll get suppressed, and that's what's happening
with little thing. Like, I mean, I feel like Spill Sesh's drama is not as serious.
It's not
as hers.
No.
So I think that there's definitely a different, like, to me now I'm like, a Spill Sesh, it's been like 2-3, almost a month or whatever, and you haven't addressed it. Like, okay, maybe like that's a little too long. Like, to at least address it and like let us know you're thinking about it.
It just really rubs me the wrong way, because it's weird to report on make your money and stories off these people and then want to be their friends behind the scenes, and then also you are being their friends behind the scenes and they don't know that you're like, it's just like it just reads really fake to me. So.
It is fake and weird.
Yeah,
however,
very weird.
She's not a criminal like Colleen. She's not a pedophile. Well, I guess not that Colleen's a pedophile. She's a predator or a groomer or whatever.
I mean, she did let children reach in her pants.
That's true.
So it's like,
she could be. Yeah, but those are like way more serious accusations.
And thank you for listening, and thank you to anyone who supported me in any capacity over the last 15 years. I've really, really appreciated it. Yeah, let's get started with the day and see what happens, I guess. I honestly do not know how to transition from this conversation into a vlog, but let's try. Where do I even begin? So much has happened since the last time I vlogged. I mean, if I'm being completely honest, the majority of the last few months has just been spent in therapy.
Of course.
She brings that up like multiple times in this video too.
And we actually still have some Halloween decorations up, so I'll have to show you some of those. I usually have already decorated for Christmas completely by this point, but I'm a little late to that this year.
I'm a little late to that this year. Like, it's
because you all called me out on my bullshit, so
like,
I couldn't put up.
I've been in a dark place, so I couldn't do my Christmas decorations.
Yeah,
it's just the only reason why I'm really making fun of it too is because we've seen how performative everything she does is. We know what feelings she's trying to elicit to the audience and how she's presenting things.
She's manipulative.
Exactly.
And she knows what she's doing.
Exactly.
But yeah, I wonder, because like obviously this is the first time in the video she's mentioned therapy, but she does mention it multiple times and says like, I spent so much time in therapy, like making it sound like she's been living in therapy.
Right. I think she even mentions multiple therapists.
Yeah, she does at one point.
So.
And I'm wondering, like, what does that actually amount to?
Right.
Like, because are you really playing this up, being like, I really got help, guys?
If I just go see 2 therapists or 3, like, versus you seeing once a week, like, it's like triple XP on therapy.
Triple XP therapy.
I'm in the hyperbolic time chamber of therapy. Like my 4 months equated to 4 years.
Whoa,
Yeah.
4 years of therapy on 4 months. Holy shit, Colleen. Like, you really took this getting help thing seriously. Wow. But no, I really do feel like she's playing it up. And obviously none of us fucking know. Like, it's not like we can go look at her doctor records and see how many times she was on. But she also probably, like, a lot of therapists now are, like, over video. Like, you don't even have to leave your house. So she's probably had shit like that, too. So it's like, I don't know. I think you're playing it up a little bit just to get sympathy.
We'll watch a little bit more. I want to get to a couple pieces. I want to watch the whole vlog.
Oh yeah, she makes cookies. And like at one point she's like, this is the only way to really feel like myself is to make cookies. And it's like, oh wow, mom of the year.
I guess I'll just kind of fill you guys in on like a few things that have changed in the last few months. The majority of my time has just been spent in therapy and focusing on
majority
that kind of stuff. And also spending time with my kids. Like that's basically all I've been doing is that. And obviously I cut off all my hair, so that happened in a moment of needing change. I don't know, my hair was really long at the time.
Is she playing up on the Britney Spears thing? Like, I was so sad I had to cut my hair off.
No, it's for like not that I'm a psychologist or anything, but to me, like how it reads to me is she makes this drastic change of like cutting her hair, which is like I don't think she's really had short hair. I think she kept it a certain length for the Miranda Sings bit, but I think this is kind of like a clean slate for her. Like I can cut my hair, forget everything that ever happened. That was a different person. I'm like that's how I'm psychologically reading it.
I think it's performative.
She's cut her hair. She's a mom now. She's in therapy.
I mean, she's been a mom for 5 fucking
Right.
years and was still being a freak.
She's being
and,
super mom now.
Yeah, she's super mom making cookies and whatever.
But I just think like the psychological side of it is just kind of like doing a change like that is just like you kind of can like put the past to rest almost. You're
That's
moving
true.
on from it.
That's
so
true.
That's
I
just
mean,
how I read that. But
I also shaved my head that one time, and I just did that because I wanted to.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't to symbolize shit. I was just kind of like, I've always wanted to do this.
Yeah.
So I guess it doesn't always have to mean shit.
Yeah.
I really hate, and maybe this is why I hate that stereotype. Like, oh, when women go through shit, they just cut their hair, and it's like, I think it's just because of the Britney Spears thing.
Yeah.
Like, everyone's like, oh, when women start going crazy, they just shave their head or they cut their hair really short, and
Yeah.
it's like, sometimes we just do it because we want to.
Right. That's true. Maybe she did want to, but like that's just how I read it.
No,
I just
you're
feel
probably
like
right.
with all the stress and pressure going on, and she just wanted, and she took a little step away, and she just wanted to like almost forget about it because you can kind of. You kind of read into that a little bit more in the actual 3.5 minutes where she apologizes. She doesn't specifically address anything. She just says, "I'm sorry if you're hurt for whatever happened in the past so long ago." But I'm gonna be moving forward, and like this is kind of like a moment for her to do that. Is chopping her hair.
Yeah,
off.
I mean,
And
if
to
you're
me,
gonna do it, I guess you might as well do it.
that looks good though.
But yeah, she pulls it off. She looks good with short hair. It's just like, it just seems like the timing all is,
Yeah.
to me, it comes off as like attention seeking. But
Right.
I have a lot of footage from the last few months because part of my therapy was to vlog because it was something I've done for so long and it was something that was really important to me and made me feel like me because it was really jarring to not like talk to everyone every day after doing it for 15 years. So my therapists all suggested that like I continue to vlog even though I wasn't posting it anywhere. So I did. And the majority of that no one will ever see. But I do think there's some footage of me down at the creek.
But also, though, like, I'm sorry, but social media and content creation in general kind of like fucks people up mentally.
That's how I read it too.
Yeah, so I'm like, why would one therapist, let alone all of my therapists, suggest that you keep making content when you're going through this shit?
Yeah,
Like,
well, it just we don't know what extent how they know what's going
Sure.
on. They're just there to mental and to for their professional opinion. Apparently, they're saying to give you a sense of normality. Keep vlogging. That's crazy. Isn't that crazy?
It is crazy. Like, because listen, like, okay, it clearly is her normal, but like, not everyone's normal is healthy.
Right.
So like, it's your job as a therapist to be like, actually this daily vlogging that you're doing is way too much work. like it's probably mentally taxing and unhealthy. Maybe you should step away from it.
Right.
But no, instead they're like, you should keep doing it.
Right.
See, it doesn't make, like, I can see how it's like maybe having a sense of normality can help someone's mental health, but at the same time, her sense of normality, it's like, take a crackhead or something and you're like, oh, well, if your sense of normality is to be doing crack every day, then keep doing it.
Exactly.
Like, and not that, not to equate the two.
No, but
like,
that's a good point too.
you know what I'm saying?
That's a
though?
very good point. When you have a therapist, you're only giving them your perspective, right?
Yeah.
So to them, they're probably if they don't know anything, they're probably like, oh, she's a victim of
Online
the internet.
bullying,
and to feel like herself, keep vlogging, and just you're a better person now, so move on. You know, like they're probably teaching her going into those things. But I'm sure if a therapist knew the other half, they'd be like, all right, we need to work through some of this stuff because there are problems, there are issues here, and you touched on hurting people, but like you've done very specific, cruel, messed up things, and it's all documented. It's just shitty. I don't know. I don't really have a better way to put it.
It just doesn't, it rubs me the wrong way, especially knowing what it's like to be a career content creator. It fucking sucks sometimes, and it really fucks with your mental health. Like, it really does. And especially, like, I don't know what it's like to be a huge content creator like her, but like, I
Could
can't.
you imagine though, you go into a therapy and your therapist is like, you should vlog more.
Like, who are your fucking therapists, Colleen? Where'd you find these people? They're like,
That's wild.
I'm
That was
specifically a YouTuber therapist. Like, I'm an influencer
Katie
therapist.
Morton.
I mean, that's probably your fucking therapist,
it's Katie Morton.
dude.
Like, you did nothing wrong. In fact, you should exploit more kids behind the scenes.
You're doing great. Everyone else is wrong.
But the main thing that I've been doing is just trying to be better and get better and making cookies and being a mom and crying a lot. But I don't know that that's much different than how things were prior to me taking a break from the internet, because if you watched me ever, you would know that I cry a lot.
Feel bad for me. I cry a lot. She really buckles down on that, like, I've just been crying a lot, but I always cry a lot. If you've been watching me for a long time, you know that I cry a lot. It's like, okay, we get it. I can't believe she's just straight up going right back into it. And there's ads on this shit.
Yeah, she's just going. And then look, it's just.
She's folding laundry.
Well, like, look at this. We skip ahead, and she's at the creek with long hair. So she's using this content.
Whoa, wait, dude.
Like, this isn't, like, this is not. She was not really taking time off. She was just curating shit for, like, when she comes back.
Wow.
Let me see. Maybe she says something right here. Like,
I'm gonna put in that clip of me at the beach right now for you guys to see. This is a few months ago.
from a few months
From
ago.
a few months ago.
So,
yeah,
like,
dude, you fucking called it,
Yeah,
dude.
it's just, like, so formulaic at this point. Like, she's literally just full steam ahead. Gotta get that coin back. I'm done taking a break. I don't give a fuck about these people. Like, because if you really cared, the bare minimum, in my opinion, because we've kind of talked about what should you do. Like, yeah, maybe you don't need to publicly address all the accusations because of, you know, protecting yourself. But like, the bare minimum is you should talk to the actual people that you wronged, like the children that you fucked up their, like, psychological development, the children you gave eating disorders to, and, like, you know, like, the girl who you made a character about on your Netflix show.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
I forgot that she fucking, like, based that on some girl at college who thought she was better than everyone or whatever.
No. Well, that's how Miranda Sings was based off.
Oh, is there another one?
The character, Miranda's mom in the show, played by Angela Kinsley from The Office.
Yeah.
She has fibromyalgia.
Yeah.
And that's allegedly based off of one of her fans that has that disease.
Really?
And she would talk shit about this fan. So, like, apologize for talking shit about all the kids, your husband. Like, anyways, she talked shit about this fan behind the scenes and was saying that the girl was faking it to get closer to her, and she thought it was funny. And then she makes a character that's faking. The character's faking fibromyalgia.
And it was a kid in real life?
It was one of her fans. Yeah.
Well, yeah, so her fans,
Yeah.
obviously. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ew, I hadn't heard that.
No,
That's
yeah.
terrible.
There's so much terrible shit. So it's like, I don't want to be like, it's not good enough, but it really isn't. Like, there's people that you have ways of reaching out to. Like, you're obviously not obligated to let us, the court of public opinion, know, but like, there's people that, like, you've harmed forever. Like, you care so much about your children, you know, kids when they're going through things like that carries into their adulthood, how they develop, how they trust people in the future. All that stuff matters.
Oh, yeah.
And when you've done what you've done to not just one child, like multiple children that have
Many
spoke
fucking
up.
children.
So they're all growing up now and they're all being able to speak out about these similar experiences, and it's documented. They've all documented it, and the stuff they didn't document it, you've documented it. So it's like
Right,
it's all
dude.
there. So that's what kind of pisses me off about it, is because it's all out there. Everything is out there. So you don't need to beat around the bush. You don't need to, we everyone knows, and that's what we wanted to see. We just want to see real accountability, but it's not. She's gonna lean more into this mom life that she's been going down the family vlog style. She'll probably fall off a lot, kind of like how Shane Dawson is back, but he's not where he was before,
Right,
and he
yeah.
probably won't honestly be. I mean, unless he like seriously, like I could talk about that too. If he needs to like work on the actual quality content that he's putting out, because it's trash. And
I didn't hate that comeback conspiracy video, but just because the conspiracy was really interesting to me
It was.
as a makeup user, I thought it was fascinating because I'd never really considered that. I've also never bought makeup or cosmetics or anything from like TJ Maxx or whatever, but like I thought it was an interesting story.
it was definitely one of the most interesting topics, but like, can we get you getting sources from other than Jeffree Star? Like, have some unbiased,
True.
like
Fucking true.
have some integral, unbiased opinions from both sides, from other organizations, from maybe interviewing somebody that works there, maybe somebody that's higher up that would do an interview or getting a statement or whatever. But no, you just go in there, you accuse people of X, Y, and Z, and you put it on the internet for people to like not support businesses anymore. It's really just
The quality could be better. But I didn't hate it. And I also, like you and I said in the last like video, that you and I like used to like Shane Dawson, and I can honestly say that there is something there with him as a personality, but like knowing what we know now about him though, it's kind of
it's him.
It's
It's like
iffy.
they're both in the same like stratosphere.
Mm-hmm.
They are so up their own asses at this point that to even Colleen, there is a charm about her too, and Shane, like there could have been a path for redemption, and maybe still is, but like they just, the lack of accountability, the closing their minds off to the rest of the world, and everyone's a hater.
Yeah.
That's not going to get you far.
However, Shane took way more time off.
He did.
Didn't he take like a whole year off before
did.
he posted again?
Yes, but he has Rylan making content on his channel, and he's in those vlogs.
That's
so
true.
it's like you're not really taking the time off.
Right.
Maybe your income slowed down because it's on Rylan's channel versus yours, but people were going over to that channel to see Shane.
Yeah.
And there's a massive
A boost.
change when he's actually in the video too, which he was in most of them, because
Yeah.
they probably realized, oh, he's not in this fucking video.
Yeah, we
like,
don't care.
no,
Because who
sorry,
even...
Rylan. Like,
no, I'm not sorry. I've never liked Rylan. Like, he's so fucking annoying.
Yeah.
Like, sorry.
Even in the beginning too, before he really like got, when Shane was still doing videos with Drew and
I love Drew and Garrett.
I know,
I
me
still
too.
love them
I
so
do too.
much.
But when he was doing videos with them, and when Rylan got first introduced into the group, the whole thing was all purely like money.
Yeah,
money.
yeah,
You can
it was. I remember that.
It was really,
So-
and those are in the video. Anyways, we're getting so off track.
But I think my point is with that is that like Shane, like when did that big cancellation happen? Like 2020? It's been like 3 years.
yeah.
And so I feel like if anyone's on a path to redemption, it could be Shane right now, like, because it's been long enough.
He's been moving forward and making content and stuff, but dude, how many fucking food conspiracy theories? Like, come on, like
I mean, if they're interesting, I'll watch them, dude.
But
Like,
I do watch like reaction channels whenever these guys put
Right.
out new
Yeah.
content.
Nick
so I
DeRamio,
can
yeah.
oh my god, yeah.
Love him.
But like, it's just they're not really putting any, or him specifically, he's
True.
not really putting any actual effort beyond eating food on a podcast and saying.
and he hasn't really changed anything about what he's doing. Like, he hasn't made any effort to like change his content.
His
up.
mental mindset is almost regressed. It feels like he's acting
Yeah.
more like a child than ever, you know,
Yeah.
when he can get away with it. So it's just,
That's true.
It's just weird because I think it was a little, not that it was excusable, but maybe as we were younger, it was more excusable because we were all mentally like growing.
Mm-hmm.
But it seemed like at some point he just stopped. Like he'd never like,
Yeah.
he never aged out of watching like Family Guy and South Park or something. you know, so.
Right. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I feel that for sure.
That's just my read on it. But yeah, that's a wrap on the Colleen Ballinger situation. For now. I mean, like I said, I think she's just going to keep doing what she's doing. She'll probably have less eyes on it, but she's got to make money again. She's got a whole family network to support. Who knows if Miranda Sings will be back? I don't think so, but
I fucking hope not.
Yeah, that needs to just be put to bed. You know,
it's done.
At least Shane made the smart thing and never brought up Shanae again, because like that was awful too.
True,
so. But I don't know. It just seems like the timing, the timing of when this is coming out is just it's something I want to. Yeah, something I want to make sure is highlighted. It's just the time of the year with AdSense and all that stuff. Not that I know anything about that. You would know. You have more insight on that, but
I just know that the rates that YouTube pays out are higher for ad revenue this time of year because the companies are paying more for ads. But generally, like views are down on the entire platform. Yeah. Like they don't get as many, but you get paid more, so it's. It's weird.
All right. Anyways, but yeah, so I think that wraps up that topic. We were talking about that. We were like, this is just going to be a quick reaction. Let's get into our next topic.
I can definitely make this shorter because I feel like I've talked in length about this on my own YouTube channel.
We'll clean it up. So,
yeah, for sure. There's just new shit starting to come out again about Illuminaughtii.
Illuminaughtii. So
about fucking Blair.
Yeah, which is crazy how that story is still going because I honestly felt like when when the story first blew up, Colleen came out right after it. It almost made you forget a little bit that was going on.
But then Madison came out with her video.
No, I'm glad. I'm glad other creators are still talking about it. I'm glad people are still coming forward. And I remember before Madison, when stuff, because I didn't really know a lot. I seen her videos here and there. I didn't really know a lot, but I know you had experience with her, and we talked on text a little bit about like and personally about your experiences, and I was kind of like, expose her. You're like, no, she's going through a lot. I don't want to dogpile. Like,
that's true. Well, okay, so what happened with that? And that's interesting that you bring that up because like I never really followed up with you on that. So basically when the first big boom of people speaking out about Blair came out, I was like, I made like a community post and I was like, do you guys want to hear about my stuff about Illuminaughtii? Most people said yes, but there were some people who were like, it's just you're dogpiling on her. Like, don't do that. It's a bad look. And I guess it's really easy as a content creator to see like 10 really good comments and one bad one and focus on the bad one.
Well, we didn't really know. Sorry to interrupt, but we didn't really even know the scale of like what her exposing was at that point.
Yeah.
I think, but that was right.
It was really fresh.
It was right when it really happened, and you mentioned that, and then I think it was shortly after I saw the Wonderstruck and what was it, Legal Eagle stuff, and I was like, dude.
The Legal Eagle stuff is what started it.
Okay, is that how it started?
Okay. Because she accused him of stealing.
The ripping and the highlighting. Yeah, that's hilarious.
Of copying her editing style, which she wasn't even doing. It was her editors. Yeah. But anyway, she was accusing him of doing that shit, and then other people just like started dogpiling on her basically. And at that point, that's when people were like, that's when I asked like, should I? Because my thing is like, I haven't been, what's the best way to put this? I feel like my situation with Blair is mild compared to the people who were really close to her and stuff. And so to me, like when all that was going on and people were like, don't dogpile on her, I was like, yeah, that's, because it would have looked like, oh, you're just trying to dogpile for clout and stuff, which I would have been. Let's just be fucking honest. It was a hot topic. Like it was ultimately going to get views, but I ultimately decided not to because I didn't want to.
I was against this.
Yeah, you were just like, fucking do it.
Well, because like what pissed me off is because when these people came out, and I think it was the Wonderstruck video that really just kind of enraged me a lot, you know, with everything she did to that guy. And then there's obviously more that's come out now. But what it pissed me off is she was just rapidly uploading content like it was like when this
She
stuff,
still is.
and that's what I'm saying, and that's why I think I was texting you something along the lines of like, you need to talk about that, you should talk, not that you need to, but you should talk about this, because like when it's not being talked about, she just gets to move on and be successful and make money, and that's fucked.
And it's hard because with her content, it's so all over the place. Like, it's different topics all over and over. People who don't know who she is as a content creator, if they're just looking for an informational video about a specific topic,
right,
she's probably got it, and it'll be close to the top because she's
copying. She's literally verbatimly copying like whatever sources she gets it from.
Sure, but my point is like she's always going to get views whether or not she has a fan base, because the content that she makes is informative.
Right.
And people who don't know who she is, like just looking for one video about one topic, they're gonna find her because she had such a big pull, and those videos, all the ones before she got canceled, have hundreds of thousands of views.
Right.
So they'll likely get thrown up towards the top. So you're right in the way where it's like if we don't keep talking about her, she'll just get away unscathed.
I mean, yeah, she's still they're not.
3 days ago, 16,000
Yeah, she's
views.
not doing great on the view counts.
Dude, that's bad.
It's really bad.
That's
which is
really
good
bad.
though. That's like, these are the general people that you're seeing that she's now reaching, right? That this is what she's getting out to now.
Yeah, pretty much.
And which is good, because you maybe find her and you're like, oh, she's putting all this information, and I'm interested in these topics, but eventually you're gonna want to know more about the creators that you follow, hopefully, and eventually on your for you, the other shit starts coming up. But that only happens as if we keep talking about it, you know. And I think it's great that even with bigger stories coming out, like Colleen, however you want to classify it, this for sure I've always thought needs to be talked about. But look at these views, like
they're bad.
They're really bad. So her last video, Horrors of Hospice, 16K views in 3 days. But like, look at this one.
If I post a deep dive, it will get more than 16,000 views in 3 days.
16K views in 13 days.
Holy shit!
On how MLMs monetize motivation, and that's the movement. I remember when you.
She was like the head of the anti-MLM
But she
content.
didn't know. She thought she was the only one.
She didn't know who we were, but she was our queen.
1.31 million subscribers. Like,
that's still gone
just
down.
A pyramid
I
against
think
pyramid schemes.
last I looked was 1.34, so it's down to 1.31. She's still bleeding subscribers, so that's good. And the other thing is that I think her content attracted a lot of people because it was so well done.
Yeah.
However, the reason it was well done is because she had a whole team of people doing that shit.
That's crazy that she was able to financially.
She was making a lot of money. Like, she was posting multiple videos a week, and they were getting hundreds of thousands of views per video. Yeah, she was making bank.
I don't know anything about the logistics of it, but she had a sizable team. Like, it seems like
from what I remember, I think she had 6 editors and 2 researchers. All she literally had to do, and this is like something I wrote down on the 2 notes that I took, because there was like new accusations coming out or whatever. But yeah, she literally, from what I have been told and have heard, that she's not involved in fucking anything except for just doing the voiceover. She doesn't do anything. She doesn't edit. She doesn't research. And the thing is, it's wild because Madison, Cruel World Happy Mind, my friend Madison, very close with her. I love her so much. But she went through the fucking ringer with Blair.
I watched her video too, and I watched your guys' interview as well. And just like, it's just how nasty she is to everyone that she's involved with.
So
and how
that's the thing though, is that Madison, like when she originally sent her that message to be like, hey, like I'm not accusing you of anything, but like she was so nice to Blair, and she was like,
it literally reminded me of Creepshow art, like when Emily Artful reached out to her and was like, hey, like I'm not saying you're copying me, and then she was like, oh no girl, like we're good, and she's like, this bitch.
Yeah, exactly.
And she is copying her.
Exactly, dude. Oh my god. No, dude, it's so fucked up. But Madison was even saying like, I really look up to you as a content creator, like your research is amazing. It was not Blair's research.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
It's like none of it was Blair, and Blair was just kind of like, oh yeah, okay, like you're a fan of me. It's like a fan of your voice, I guess. Like that's all you contribute. So this new video though that came out was by the YouTuber Evangelina Scov, and I
love her.
Yeah, I just recently found her. She's really cool.
Yeah, I recently found her probably, I think over the summer, and I've just watched her opinions on certain topics, and I like her a lot.
Yeah, I like her too. And she seems to be doing well on YouTube, so that's well deserved. But I guess someone reached out to her to be like, I was an ex-employee of Blair's, and like, do you want to do an interview, basically? And of course, Evangelina said yes, but it was just through DMs. Like, honestly, I was a little disappointed when I like saw the thumbnail. I was like, ooh, new employee speaks out, but it's like, it wasn't even like, I mean, it was
kind of like summarized the conversation.
It was an interview kind of through DMs, and she just showed us selected DMs and stuff, which fine. It was just kind of interesting, I guess, to hear a different perspective, but I can't talk shit because I kind of feel the same way about like my shit with Blair. Like, I feel like it's
good that we're talking about it because there's a pattern of her just wronging everyone in her life and controlling them and gaslighting them and being mean and cruel and all these things. And that's why I thought it was important for you to like share your story, because you had a personal dealings with her a little bit, maybe not on this scale.
Well, the reason I even ended up making a video about it was because Madison was making a video and she reached out to me like, can I interview you for my video? And I'm like, hell yes. And so it ended up being like, we were chatting on Zoom for like 6 fucking hours or something, but like originally it was supposed to be like, oh, it'll just be like 30-40 minutes. Well, it ended up being really long because like that was the first time Madison and I had talked in a while. We just had so much catching up to do, and it's like, okay, we'll just talk our ears off for 6 fucking hours. But we ended up like really going into a lot more detail than I think, just like you and I do on our fucking podcast every fucking week. We're like, oh, I didn't know we were gonna sit here and talk about that so long.
We're just gonna react real quick to this 3-minute Colleen clip, and it's an hour.
Nope. But yeah, it was kind of the same thing. But we ended up really talking about a lot of stuff, and in the middle of the conversation, I was like, let me feel this out here. Like, how would you feel if I like edited this whole 6-hour shit down and like did like a follow up on my channel, and then like we can redirect people? Obviously, her video is gonna get way more views than mine. Hers has like over 1 million views at this point.
She's like, her channel's killing it.
She's killing it.
Her content's really good.
I know, she's amazing.
I watch her now too.
Yeah, so I ended up just like editing our giant conversation down into like an hour-long interview and posting it on my channel. But that's the only reason I ended up talking about it, because without Madison, I probably never would have, because I didn't want to look like a clout chaser or like I don't know. Madison basically was just like, she kind of made me feel like how you were trying to make me feel like, no, you should talk about it.
Well,
but like,
but, I mean, I think at that time I was coming from it like, talk about it because F this B kind of thing. But now if you were to talk to me about it, I think, because I don't know, whatever, but if you were to bring it up now, you've had like kind of the same sentiment we've talked about on some of these topics that we've already covered here. You had an actual experience with this person, like you are allowed to speak about it.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, it was indirectly with her. It was more with her writers and stuff and the way that she does things. So,
can you briefly break that down? Like, what?
Long story short, Black Oxygen Organics. Like, I was working with a big group of people on like Facebook. We like spent weeks, if not months, like gathering a bunch of information. And so my job in that whole thing was to take all that information and put it pretty much into one video. Then we had like other creators who were doing like small updates here and there. Other people were posting on Facebook and Instagram and stuff. So my thing was make one video with everything in it.
So this was in the anti-MLM community, and multiple anti-MLM creators were banding together to
not even just creators, just like people who were anti-boo, like Black Oxygen Organics, like people who were against the company. There were like ex-distributors involved. But how
did you even how did this team form? Like, how many people were there? Because
some of them were there were thousands of people in the Facebook group that we had.
Wow.
Yeah, but it was like you had to request to join. After Blair had her shit with Madison, but this was before Blair got like canceled, I guess. But like the thing with Madison had been talked about, but like Madison and Blair like cleared things up or whatever, and Madison stopped talking about it, and it kind of just got swept under the rug until she got canceled, and then it was this huge thing. But the anti-MLM movement never forgot about that, because Madison she started out as an anti-MLM creator, so that's how I met her, and that's how her and I got really close, and she was close with other people in the movement also. So it's like when we watched Blair really just shit all over Madison, Blair sent one of her researchers to our Facebook group of research that we had been compiling for months and months and months, or weeks and weeks and weeks, if not like a month and a half or something like that, and was trying to get into the group to get our research so that Blair can make a video about it.
That's crazy.
Right. Yeah. So she was denied. I think you had to like answer some questions to get let into the Facebook group. This researcher had like typed like, I'm Illuminati's researcher, let me in, like I'm trying to research for a video, blah, blah, blah. And the person who was running the Facebook group was like, no, fuck her, like we're not helping Blair after what she did to Madison. No, which is petty.
Well, at that point she was already loosely accused of already copying
Madison.
Exactly.
And so we were all just like, no, like we don't want to help you, you were terrible to one of us. And then she went on the podcast, the infamous podcast, where she was like, I didn't even know there was an anti-MLM movement, blah, blah, blah. But meanwhile, she's copying Madison.
She's copying your videos and like,
yeah,
you know.
Allegedly.
Right.
And, yeah, but I mean, this was before she had ever copied me. Yeah, so we were just like, no. But then the researcher was denied. She sent another request, and then some other moderator on that Facebook group like wasn't caught up in the mod chat and let her in.
Oh gosh.
And it was only for like an hour. But you can pull a lot of shit out of a Facebook group in an hour. And they like made a post and all that stuff. Like if you want the full story of this, like we talk about it. I talk about it on my YouTube channel with Madison, like in length. And there's like screenshots of emails and stuff in there too. But long story short, got denied, tried again, got let in on accident, was in there for an hour, and then we kicked her out. And then there was emails exchanged being like, we just don't want to help Blair, blah, 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 blah. I put my video out like a few weeks after that. And then I don't remember exactly what it was. If it was a few weeks after I had put my video out, Blair puts her video out, and the similarities are damning.
Yeah, it's crazy. I watched both, and it's like, and it's the same stuff that she's been caught copying other people's, where she's literally saying the exact sentences. So it's like in the same content, whatever. It's she's blatantly copying these people.
Right.
And then if you try to ask her about it, she's like, I didn't even know you existed.
Exactly. But see that, and
you're
that's
just a fan.
But that's another reason why I didn't really want to talk about it at first, because it wasn't really Blair. It was her researcher doing the research and just like copying shit from me. So I couldn't be like, Blair copied me.
Well, I mean,
she like indirectly did, but like it was, I don't know. To me, it was just like really hard.
But she had no problem being the face of the, I mean, even though she was a cartoon, but you're like, she had no problem being like the front runner of this. So it is her. It is on her. You chose not to do the research and outsource it. And and you went with it. That's your. They
tried to, because like we were saying earlier, like Blair puts out multiple videos per week. That's a lot of research, a lot of editing, a lot of fucking work. You can't put together those kind of videos that she makes 3 times a week. You can't. That's so much research. So what she does is just go and fucking take research from the people who actually did the research. Right. And like I was saying, like it took us, like everything that's in my first Black Oxygen Organics video, my first deep dive, 6 weeks of research, 6 fucking weeks. And she's just like, I'm just gonna watch Savannah's video, and we're gonna sneak into the group that she's in and like get all the information we can, and I'll make my own video. It's like, but we worked on that. So I don't know. To me, it was like, I didn't want to talk about it at first because I was like, it just seems kind of like petty and being like, you copied me, like very like playground, like schoolyard shit. Like after she started getting exposed and canceled and stuff, like there were other people coming out basically saying that like, well, obviously she was like getting mad at Legal Eagle for copying her, and then like Madison got thrown into the situation where it's like, well, you copied Madison, and it's like, so I don't know, it all ended up working out so that my point of view and my experience with her was relevant. Mm-hmm. So then
it was, yeah.
So then I did talk about it.
I think at the time we didn't know that this pattern was as prevalent as it was. You didn't, and
yeah. I mean, I think like we all knew we didn't like Blair in the anti-MLM movement. We knew that there was shit that we like didn't want anything to do with her. But yeah, there was obviously a lot of stuff we didn't know. That ended up coming out during that time. So Vangelina, the one thing that made me want to talk about this again, that Vangelina was saying in her video that the ex-employee told her in DMs basically was that like Blair, instead of like, because she has a Discord server, I guess, I think for her like YouTube members and whatever, and allegedly like there's still stuff coming out where there's like recorded voice chats of her like just talking shit or like, I don't know, playing the victim or whatever. Like that shit still comes out. Like she literally will go into this Discord server and just like talk mad shit. So this ex-employee, I guess, was saying that instead of like taking responsibility every time an accusation would come out against her, she would just like go into Discord and basically like be like, ha ha ha, I'm gonna sue these people. Ha ha ha, legal action, all this shit.
Evangelina, I think she points out in that video, she makes a good point where like, hey, if you're accused of certain things, like wouldn't you want to like provably dismiss it rather than like be offensive?
Right, yeah.
Attacking people's characters and like legally threatening them and all.
Right, and obviously we know that she already legally threatened, like sent a cease, or no, she's straight up suing Oz.
Right? That's the ex-boyfriend. Is that who he is?
Yeah. Is she straight up suing him, or was it just like a threat? I think she's suing him.
I think so too.
Yeah, like there's an actual
and that situation
lawsuit.
is crazy. All the
so
people that
fucked
she
up.
like controlled in every aspect, financially, like living situations, phone plans, cars, like all kinds of stuff, like under her umbrella. Like it's just really wild and twisted how she was able to do that to these people, especially these young people who are just trying to like make it and, you know, have a career or, you know, prove themselves, you know, in traditional media or whatever it is.
She definitely manipulated the shit out of him and like used him for his good credit, basically.
Also,
like,
can we talk about how disgusting her apartment was?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
They don't clean, like, or she doesn't clean and she's just nasty as fuck. Like, I feel like, let's not forget that.
Honestly, she was clearly making so much fucking money. It's like you couldn't afford to get like a house cleaner or something. Like, I understand having a messy house. Like, I have a zoo and 2 children, but like, no, not to like that level that Blair had going on. Like, how do you even fucking live like that? Anyway, the whole legal action thing, I just find it so interesting. Like how you said, you know, like, why are you being so fucking defensive? We know she watched Madison's video.
Oh, for sure.
So she definitely watched at least my parts of the interview in that video, if not my entire video, like my video with Madison on my channel. So I'm wondering if like, has she threatened to sue me behind the scenes? And I don't know.
You're probably on her list.
If I am, I better be like low on there because like
there's bigger fish to fry.
There's definitely bigger fish to fry, but like also like all of the things I've said about my experience with her are documented. Like there's screenshots of the Facebook shit, like the emails that were sent, and it's like everything else is kind of just my opinion. So by all means, go ahead and try to sue me. But like she already knows that it's not going to work out well for her to sue a smaller YouTube channel than her because she already tried to fucking bully Madison, and look what happened. She already knows that's not going to work out for her.
No.
Also, the amount of help that Oz Media has gotten since hearing about her suing him, like his GoFundMe has like tens of thousands of dollars in it now, doesn't it? Yeah, like I mean, lawsuits are expensive, but also I have personal liability insurance, so like go ahead. Like it's not gonna fucking bankrupt my family. It's just gonna waste my time. So go for it. I'd rather you didn't. I don't want to waste my time with a fucking lawsuit. But yeah, no, I think it's kind of funny to suggest that she may have seen my video and threatened legal action, because the way Evangelina talked about it in her video, like, or I guess the ex-employee, she made it sound like she mentioned it a lot, just being like, oh yeah, she was always like, every time something new would come up, she'd be like, ha ha ha, legal action, I'm gonna threaten that, like I'm gonna send them this and that. It's like, girl, what are you doing? Stop, you're sad.
Yeah, she just seemed like, I think she just wanted, or her main role in all this was just being this like boss, basically. You know, that's really all she was at the end of the day.
Yeah,
because everyone did all the work.
She's like the CEO at the top, where like they
it reminds me, the way her views are looking right now, it reminds me of like DefNoodles, like when he had his whole downfall, and he's back to posting. Like,
is he?
He's hasn't stopped. He's never stopped. But it's sad because he only gets like 1 or 2K views.
Really?
It's that bad.
Because he was getting like 100,000 every video every day.
And he's still continuing to post like updated drama stories, news coverage stories. And I've seen headlines, and they're interesting topics, and he's probably being truthful about it now. I think he's learned a lot, but like it's just the damage is so far gone. And I believe because I was actually curious about him last week or something recently, and I think he ended up starting a new channel because he basically I think was like, this channel's too corrupted, like basically I'm gonna start a new channel, and it's still only getting like 1 to 2.
But see, that's what I'm saying that Colleen should have done. Like at the very least, he's like,
well, he did it because he couldn't get his views back, so he thought maybe like the algorithm is so like negatively against him, is why I think he made the new channel, thinking that like if he starts over from scratch and starts posting this type of content and just keeps up with it again, one day it'll pick back up.
but see, that is absolutely rebuilding from scratch.
Yes,
that's what Colleen says she's doing, but she's super not. Is he still going by DefNoodles?
I don't think so. I don't know. I'm gonna look him up right now.
I don't even remember. Why did he get canceled? I don't even remember.
It's a really sad story too, because it's like he got really famous basically off YouTube.
Yeah.
He was in his prime, and then he just did like a freaking like 180, thought he was hot shit, and started treating everyone like shit, talking shit about his fans. He switched over to the comedy routine, saying he was a comedian, when I was like, this is your when you posted that Lizzo thing, I'm like, that's your proof of you being a comedian? Like,
oh yeah,
it was
there
really
was like
bad.
a whole Twitter thing.
Yeah,
and
it's
like,
bad. And then he basically was just kind of like, I never liked drama. I did it to make fun of people who liked it. You guys all fell for the joke. You guys are all idiots for liking this, because like I was just joking and talking shit about you all the whole time.
What
like,
a moron.
That was kind of like his stance in it. And now he's just back to like
back to drama shit, huh?
DefNoodles New. Okay, that's his new channel.
Oh, is he talking about? He's talking shit about Curtis Connor. No, canceled again. Re-canceled.
Well, no one's watching it, so you're good.
I love Curtis Connor, and anyone who says otherwise
See, he
is
already
wrong.
posted the weird apology.
3. What? He posts so much. He's posted 3 videos in the past day.
Right, and he's not like he's not doing great.
How many subscribers? 9,000.
Yeah, this is just all the fanboys or
Well,
whatever.
yeah, he calls himself DefNoodles New. Like, just rebrand. Just completely rebrand, maybe. Have you thought about that? He has a very recognizable voice, so it's not, I don't know. But you know what? And this is something else that Vangelina was saying in her video too. What? Hassan's downfall? Where? Literally where? He's still king.
He's just trying to get like it's the same formula, just reskinned almost. He's just trying to get the headline whatever story, but no one's falling for it anymore. Like,
that's good.
Boogie stuff. He like tried to talk about that as well. Sniper Wolf drama. Like, he's talking about all relevant stuff, but no one wants to hear it anymore. And that's why talking about shitty people like this is important, because we finally rarely get to see like a true example being made out of somebody, you know. 38-year-old feminist cries over hide and seek. This is Rosanna Pansina, so he's just chalking it to being a crybaby feminist. A good approach, but
I mean, he will appeal to the crowd that thinks that shit is funny.
But look, 11 days ago on his main channel, 520K subs, 2,000 views.
That is so bad.
It's crazy.
Holy
it's
shit.
really crazy that's what it was. And I think that's when, I think that was his last video. And then he was like, all right, new channel, because this is not working.
Oh, so this has only happened over
This is very recent.
Oh, okay. I didn't even know any of this was going on.
Third subtopic. I decided to see what was going on with him, but it's just like his views are just like so in the toilet
That's
now.
bad.
And then he switches to a new channel, not to start from scratch, but just because he wants to get out of the algorithm. He's still keeping his brand, his namesake.
Well, okay, so that's what I was gonna say though, is that something that Vangelina said in the video is that like like because Illuminaughtii is just the voice of the channel, like she is irrelevant to the channel. She doesn't even have to be there, because like AI, dude.
Yeah.
AI, like you could still, like that whole team of people could still make the same content perfectly the same, even with the pyramid avatar and shit, unless she's trademarked or whatever, without Blair.
Right.
They could just get an AI voice. Have you heard, like, AI voices are so fucking real.
It's crazy,
yeah. Like,
well, she even used an example in that video, too.
she did, and honestly, that wasn't even the best one.
It wasn't, but
I've heard way better
it just shows
AI
what's
voices.
possible,
like,
you know?
Right. So to me, I'm like, hey, DefNoodles, if you really want to try to come back, rebrand. Fucking, like, don't even, like, let anyone know that this is your channel, you know? Just be like this.
Be an incognito spill sesh and stay incognito,
exactly.
You know?
Yeah, like, he could do that.
But the thing is my take on DefNoodles is this is such an ego game for him.
Yeah.
He loved how famous he got. He loved how H3 was, like,
up his butt.
Right.
Yeah.
He loved the spotlight on him. But when push comes to shove and when people were like trying to like call him out on his stuff or get him and get into these one-on-one conversations or just get right up to like the issues with them, he had nothing to say. It's just hilarious. I wanted to just point that out because at least we will say Illuminati currently is doing better than DefNoodles. Clearly,
I mean, she started out at a higher subscriber count too,
right,
though.
that's true.
So she's working her way down to DefNoodles level.
But this only happens when we talk. You know, when we talk about our experiences, and maybe we don't need I mean, it's okay to have your feelings involved with it, but like, you know, we're not doing it to deplatform people, but like
hold people accountable.
And it's like shitty. I don't know. Shitty people to me, like, don't really deserve that type of success to me. So that's just how my stance on it. So I have no problem talking shit.
Yeah, no,
but I'm just like a nobody on this. I just observe and watch.
You're not a nobody, Palo. You're a somebody.
Thanks. But yeah, that's pretty much all I had with that. And then
I don't really know if I have anything else.
Any
to
more?
say.
Yeah. Any more about the Illuminati that you might have?
No, it was mostly just like her threatening to sue people, and then how Evangelina was like, I'm pretty sure like she just does the voiceover, and I'm like, I thought that got exposed a long time ago. Like maybe I was just told to me behind the scenes or something, but I'm like, no, I'm like, I thought we all knew this, that she literally just did the voiceovers and that was it.
Right.
So I don't know. But those were basically the only two things I wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
But we've been talking for an hour and a half.
Yeah,
so.
that's good. Okay, let's wrap it up there.
Wrap it up.
Yeah, so thanks again, guys, for another episode. It's been fun.
For real, happy Thanksgiving this time, unless the earth explodes or some shit. We are not coming back till after Thanksgiving.
Yeah, we won't be. So happy Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving to all your
if you're plant-based.
Yeah, and we'll see you guys next week. Yeah.
Toodaloo. Bye.
Goodbye.